Lots of ground to cover here in the 6 o'clock hour of Sunrise, including another live report from Paris, France. Jay Gray going to join us in the 6:30 half hour. But before we get to any of that, we go to this guy, Rodney Hill, with a look at today's forecast.
Are you ready?
Sure.
For a comfortable day.
Yes. Please.
Okay, here we go. Boy, Drew's an easy sail, isn't he? We have mainly clear skies up top from the Wells Fargo Tower. We know it's cloudy at the coast. We know it's cloudy up in Kelso, Longview, but the rest of us waking up to some hazy blue. 58 degrees, very comfortable start to our day. And we will stay in that comfort zone. I mean, it may or may not be up to 70 at noon, so really a very pleasant morning. And I stopped the high temperature 83 this afternoon. Should feel very nice outside. Here's Chris.
That looks really good. All right, Rod, let's take you to Northeast Portland. Photojournalist Eric Patterson manning the wheel of Drive 8. He's heading westbound here on Northeast Fremont. Obviously quite quiet on that side of town right now. We'll take you back to the freeways. I-5 through Wilsonville. So far, so good there. Highway 26 out in the Tannisport area. That looks good as well. A reminder for you folks in Clark County, SR 500 eastbound, the off-ramp to Northeast Stapleton closed 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily, weekdays anyway, through Friday, September 6th. Guys, they're installing a pedestrian overpass atop SR 500, so just be aware of that.
All right, thank you, Chris. All right, right now we want to take a live look at the NTSB boardroom in Washington, D.C. We've had this shot come up and go away a couple of times here in the last minute or two, but there is a hearing that is underway, just got underway in the past couple of minutes. It's a hearing into the Alaska Airlines door plug blowout that happened over Portland back in January. The two-day hearing is a fact-finding mission to figure out how the blowout happened and who's responsible.
And our Thomas Schultz joins us in the studio to go over what we know so far in this investigation. Good morning, Thomas.
Hey, good morning, guys. And for months, we've known that an Alaska airplane left a Boeing factory in Washington, missing 4 bolts used to secure the door plug. In March, we learned the plane was due for the safety inspections the same day of the flight, though Alaska allowed the plane to take off. Boeing also acknowledged it couldn't find work records related to the door panel that blew out. Soon after, the FBI sent a letter to passengers on board, alerting them they may be a possible victim of a crime. And days later, Boeing announced its CEO would leave the company at the end of the year. In April, Alaska Airlines said Boeing paid the company $160 million in initial compensation because of the panel. The carrier said they expected more money from Boeing to follow as well. Still, former NTSB board members say there's much more to uncover in these hearings.
Over time, we've found a lot of things out from the NTSB's investigation, but there still are a lot of holes in the public knowledge about what happened.
Now, this hearing that just started will take place over the next couple of days and will include testimony from a lineup of witnesses, including Boeing and FAA executives. Guys.
Thomas, thank you. Portland police have arrested a man in connection with 2 explosions in a neighborhood in Northeast Portland. This happened yesterday afternoon at Northeast 141st and San Rafael. Portland police and the bomb squad responded to the first explosion and asked neighbors to shelter in place. Evidence markers showed pieces of the explosive device scattered across the area. Police also found a car belonging to the suspect. Investigators say it looks like he tried to blow up the car and then left the scene. And then when he returned hours later, police say he caused the second explosion.
A big explosion, and it almost seemed like it was under my house. It was that intense.
It sounded like a pipe bomb because it was too big to be a firework. And I was thinking my dog's probably hiding under the bed already.
No one was hurt. 62-year-old Stephen Felipe was arrested in connection to both explosions. He's now facing charges including possession of a construction device, disorderly conduct, and criminal mischief. The Washington County Sheriff's Office says it's arrested a suspect in a burglary at the Rice Northwest Museum of Rocks and Minerals. Surveillance video shows the suspect using a sledgehammer to break inside on Christmas Eve last year. Investigators say that they got a break in the case when someone sold some of the gold and other precious metals in Salem. That led them to 33-year-old Vincent Roberts, who was indicted in May and arrested in late June. Many of the items that were taken have not been recovered yet.
Also in Washington County, deputies arrested this man, 46-year-old Jamie Lee Baxter, who they say impersonated an Amazon driver and stole packages. Just before 5 o'clock yesterday morning, people at the Northridge Apartments in Rock Creek called police and said someone wearing an Amazon vest was taking packages from porches. Investigators say a car was also vandalized with spray paint, and they think there may be even more victims in that area. The city of Portland has put up fences around Lansu Chinese Garden in Old Town as a temporary solution to help prevent more vandalism. There have been multiple attacks there in recent weeks that the garden's executive director describes as hate crimes. The attacks include someone throwing a glass bottle with red paint inside at the garden's welcoming sign, someone throwing an axe through a window, and someone smearing feces on one of the garden's doors. The executive director says threats have also been made against their staff, including someone waving a gun.
We cannot afford any more inaction. We cannot afford any more fighting. Everybody needs to be on the same page, because those of us who are trying to run businesses and nonprofits and live our lives cannot keep doing this.
The garden says drug use, mental health, and homeless issues in Old Town all continue to drive visitors away. In fact, they're saying they have about roughly 50,000 fewer visitors showing up each year compared to pre-pandemic attendance numbers.